Brian Giles from Brian Giles MTG, and I'm here with Lord of the Rings spoilers. Now, I know that I haven't made some videos in a while, but I'm broadcasting from a undisclosed location somewhere in the multiverse, and I've had some health issues. So I have, excuse me, I know that it's pre-release weekend, and you guys are all out trying to enjoy these cards, trying to find the one of one ring. But we're going to go over these cards. We're going to make some videos, and we're going to enjoy Magic the Gathering. So first up is Banish from Edoras. A white and 4 for sorcerer reads the spell costs 2 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature. Exile target creature. Okay. That's a white thing for sure. Battle of Bywater. 2 white and 1 for sorcerer reads. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. Then create a food token for each creature you control. Oh look, a board wipe for white weenie decks. That's interesting. Next up is Bill the Pony. I like that they've really included a lot of the minor characters that are in the books. Bill the Pony was really loyal and horse and pack animal for the party up until the Gates of Durin. So I am very, very pleased with that. So it's a white and 3 for a 1/4 legendary horse. Build the pony enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. Sacrifice the food until end of turn. Target creature you control assigns combat damage to its toughness rather than its power. Food things are a real big thing in this deck. I mean, even more so than in the Eldraine set. And then the Eldraine set had a lot of food tokens. Next up is Boromir, Warden of the Tower. A white and 2 for a 3/3 legendary human soldier with vigilance. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. No free casting for you. Sacrifice Boromir, Warden of the Tower. Creatures you control get indestructible until end of turn, and the ring tempts you. Next up is Dawn of a New Age. It's an interesting enchantment. A white and 1 for an enchantment that reads, Dawn of a New Age enters the battlefield, but with a hope counter on it for each creature you control. At the beginning of your end step, remove a hope counter from Dawn of a New Age. If you do, draw a card. Then if Dawn of a New Age has no hope counters on it, sacrifice it and you gain 4 life. Okay, that's decent. Next up is Dunedain Blade. A white and 1 for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+1. Equip a human for 1, or equip anything else for 3. That's not so bad. I can, in a human deck, that could be a game changer. Except we have Eagles of the North. It's a beefy white and 5 for a 3/3 bird soldier with flying. Eagles of the North enters the battlefield. Creatures you control get +1/+0. You can first strike until end of turn, and it has plane cycling for 1. Next up, we have East Farthing Farmer. A white and 2 for a 2/3 halfling peasant. When East Farthing Farmer enters the battlefield, create a food token. When you do, create a target creature you control gets +1/+1 till end of turn for each food you control. Food deck? Yeah. Next up, we have Eastmark Cavalier. A white and 1 for a 2/2 human knight with vigilance. Whenever Eastmark Cavalier deals damage to a goblin or orc, destroy that creature. Okay. Anti-red deck. Next up, Eowyn of Lady of Rohan. A white and 2 for a 2/4 legendary human noble. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gains your choice of first strike or vigilance until end of turn. If that creature is equipped, gains first strike and vigilance until end of turn instead. Equip abilities you activate cost 1 less to activate. Yahoo! Next up is Errant Rider of Gondor. A white and 2 for a 3/2 human soldier. Errant Rider of Gondor enters the battlefield, draw a card. If you don't control a legendary creature, put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. Okay. Next up we have Escape from Orthanc. Single white mana for instant that reads, target creature gains +1/+3, gains flying until end of turn, and untap it. Yeah, there you go. Next up, we have Esquire of the King. Single white mana for a 1/1 human soldier. Has pay a white and 4, tap it. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. Its ability costs 2 less to cast if you control a legendary creature. Next up, we have Faramir, Field Commander. A white and 3 for a 3/3 legendary human soldier. Beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you choose a creature other than Faramir, Field Commander as your ring bearer, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Okay. Next up is another card that is a card that's been really talked about since it's come out. Flowering of the White Tree. 2 white mana for legendary enchantment, and legendary creatures you control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. Non-legendary creatures you control get +1/+1. Super boon, super cheap. That's fun in any deck that has legendary in white. Next up we have Fog on the Barrow Downs. A white and 2 for an enchantment aura that reads enchanted creature is a spirit and can attack or block. Well, that's certainly interesting. Lock your opponents down. Next up, we have Forge Anew. White and 2 for an enchantment that reads, and Forge Anew enters the battlefield. Return target equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. As long as it's your turn, you may activate the equip abilities anytime you can cast an instant. You may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate during each of your turns. Yahoo! That's a card for an equipment deck for sure. Excuse me. Next up, we have Frodo, Sauron's Bane. This is one of the first cards spoiled, and it is a doozy. Single white mana for a 1/2 legendary halfling citizen. If you pay a hybrid white-black, 2 hybrid white-black, if Frodo Sauron's Bane is a citizen, he becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness 2/3 and lifelink. Then if you pay 3 black, if Frodo is a scout, he becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game if the ring is tempted you 4 more times this game. Otherwise, the ring tempts you. So that's the game winner card there. Next up, we have another card that's been talked about a lot. Gandalf the White. 2 white and 3 for a 4/5 legendary avatar wizard with flash. You may cast legendary spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. If a legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Hoo-ha! Next up is Hobbit Sting. I like this card. A white and one for an instant that reads Hobbit Sting deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of creatures you control plus the number of foods you control. In a food deck, a white damage card? Yeah, we're going with that. Yeah. Next up, we have Landroval, Horizon Witness. A white and 4 for a 3/4 legendary bird noble with flying. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until end of turn. Yeah, have your creatures gain flying. That's fun. Next up, we have Lost to Legend. 2 white for an instant that reads put target non-land historic permanent to its owner's library 4th from the top. Next up, we have Nimble Hobbit. White and 1 for a 1/3 halfling peasant. Whenever Nimble Hobbit attacks, you may sacrifice a food or pay a white and 2. If you do, tap target creature an opponent controls. Hoo-ha. Next up, now for wrath, now for ruin. A white and 3 for a sorcery that reads put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control to gain vigilance during the turn, and the ring tempts you. Well, that's interesting. We have Protector of Gondor, white and 3 for a 3/3 human soldier. When Protector of Gondor enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Yep. Comes in with a buddy. Next up, we have Reprieve. Also, one of the early cards was spoiled. This is the White Remand. A white and 1 turns target spell to its owner's hand and draw a card. Next, we have Rosie Cotton of South Lane. A white and 2 for a 1/1 legendary halfling peasant. Rosie Cotton of South Lane enters the battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you create a token, you put a +1/+1 counter target creature you control other than Rosie. You can't even manufacture anyone? Zorn? Next up, we have Samwise the Stout-Hearted. A white and 1 for a 2/1 halfling peasant with flash. Samwise the Stout-Hearted enters the battlefield, choose up to 1 target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand. Then the ring tempts you. Okay, yeah. Returning cards to your hand is always good. Next up, we have Second Breakfast. A white and 2 for an instant that reads up to 2 target creatures you control each get +2/+1 till end of turn. Create a food token. Hey. Next up, we have Shire Sheriff. White and 1 for a 2/2 halfling soldier with vigilance. Shire Sheriff enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice a token. When you do, exile target creature your opponent controls until Shire Sheriff leaves the battlefield. Okay, yeah, that works. Next up, we have Slip on the Ring. White and 1 for an instant that reads exile target creature you own, then return to the battlefield under your control, and the ring tempts you. So a blank mechanic. That's good if you want to blink. Except we have Soldier of the Grey Host. A white and 3 for a 2/2 spirit soldier with flash and flying. When Soldier of the Grey Host enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+0 till end of turn. So that's not bad. Spirit deck. Stalwarts of Osgiliath. A white and 4 for 4/3 human soldiers. Stalwarts of Osgiliath enter the battlefield. The ring tempts you. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Stalwarts of Osgiliath. So that's kind of interesting. Next up, we have Tale of Tanuvel. Two white and 3 for a saga that reads Chapter 1, target creature you control gains indestructible for as long as you control Tale of Tanuvel. Chapter 2, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. And then Chapter 3, up to 2 target creatures you control each gain lifelink until end of turn. A little slow, but it's got some value. Get an indestructible creature out of it. You get a creature back from your graveyard, and then you get 2 creatures that's got lifelink until end of turn. I'm not unhappy. Next up, we have Took Reaper. A white and 1 for a 2/1 halfling peasant. When Took Reaper dies, the ring tempts you. Next up, we have War of the Last Alliance. A white and 3 for a saga that reads search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. That's Chapter 2 as well. Chapter 3 reads creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn, and the ring tempts you. Ooh. You get some legendary creatures out of your library, and then you get some double strike action. I'll take that. Except we have Westfold Rider, a white and 1 for a 3/1 human knight. Sacrifice Westfold Rider to trigger artifact or enchantment, activate only as a sorcery. You cannot pass! Single white mana for instant raise, destroy target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. Yeah. Nope. That's white. Nope. Okay. Next up, we have Arwen's Gift.